All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Who's here to see our apprenticeship graduate today? Yeah, let's go. Welcome to the House of the Carpenters. Graduates, families, distinguished speakers, friends, thank you for joining us today to celebrate the graduation of our esteemed apprentices. It is an honor to be up here to celebrate with you today. Graduates, today marks the milestone in your journey. The grit, hard work, and dedication and growth as a construction apprentice has finally brought you to this moment. Each of you has contributed to our apprenticeship, to your skills, and to improving the construction industry. I understand your journey within the Carpenters as I was sitting in those very seats in 2008 when I graduated from the Columbia Basin Apprenticeship. My passion for carpentry and dedication to our union values has driven me to participate in various union activities, committees, and eventually to the executive board of our council. During this time, I've gained invaluable insights into the needs and aspirations of our members, seen countless apprentices become leaders in our industry and continue to grow our solidarity, culture, and brotherhood. And this morning, I see our future leaders. Throughout your time together in the program, you have not only honed your skills in the practical aspects of construction, but also embraced the values that define our craft. You've learned the importance of precision, the value of teamwork, and the satisfaction of seeing a blueprint come to life. From laying out foundations to creating intricate structures, you have experienced firsthand how every detail matters and how your collective efforts shape the world around us. These will be your skills to hone for the rest of your career. I am proud of seeing you here today and honored of your accomplishments. It is now time for you to be the answer and not the question, to mentor and motivate. It's your turn to take the torch and make it burn much brighter. And today we get to celebrate those accomplishments. Now we have some special guest speakers here this morning, and right now I'd like to bring to the stage, and I want to hear a warm welcome for Federal Way Mayor Jim Farrell. Come on, bring him up.
Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm honored to be here. To the graduates, congratulations. You know, when I think about carpenters and when I think about really what the profession is and what the life is, it's really about the future. Carpenters build the future, one building at a time. But before you do that, before you can build, everyone knows you need a strong foundation. That's what this is. Getting this apprenticeship through and starting that journey is laying the foundation for really the growth that you're going to do. And, you know, carpenters do believe in the future because they literally build it, whether it's the homes that you're going to build, businesses, buildings throughout the community. But, you know, when I think about carpenters, I think about this experience I had when I was 19 years old, just a young guy. And one of my first jobs was working at a construction site where they were building an apartment complex. Now, when I first started this project, there was just a hole in the ground. It didn't look sightly. It was a huge complex that was going to be built. And over the course of that, 3-4 months, it grew up into this beautiful, beautiful building. It's on 37th and Pearl. Trust me, I know exactly where it's at because every time I drive by, I think I had a part in this. It's something that I helped build. And that's exactly, now of course when I'm driving, when I have my wife, as soon as I start pointing that direction, she goes, I know, you helped build it. And, but you're gonna be like that because as you go through your career, you're gonna be able to see, I built that, and that is your enduring legacy, is building for the future, hoping for the future, and making sure that your kids and your grandkids are going to see structures that you helped build. So on behalf of the City of Federal Way and everybody in this region, I want to say congratulations. When people see growth, when they see buildings, it gives them hope. Like in the City of Federal Way, I was just showing my son all the things that we've built, whether it's the Performing Arts Center, whether it's Town Square Park, or the new light rail station. It's about building. Building shows growth. It shows investment in the future, just like the investment you've made in this apprenticeship program. Congratulations and best wishes for a very successful future. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mayor Jim Farrell. Appreciate your kind words, and thank you for coming this morning and making sure that you got in front of our apprentices, letting them know what kind of opportunities are out there, and show us where that building is so we can drive by and point out and say that's where our Mayor Jim Farrell built some carpentry. All right. With that, we're gonna get on with our next speaker from General Superintendent of WPI, Marty Cope. Come on up, Marty.
How you guys doing? Like you said, my name is Marty Cope. I'm with Western Partitions. I've been sitting right where you guys were at. 32 years ago is when I was journeying out. I started out as a U-man, worked up through into an apprenticeship, worked into a journeyman, foreman, superintendent. I just want to make sure you guys have the understanding that what you guys want is out there to go get. How many of you guys want to be a journeyman? Well, let me rephrase that. You're already a journeyman. Be a lead man. Show a hand. A foreman. Okay. Now you can look into project management. Not everybody wants to be a project manager. Me? No, I'm a builder. I'm like you guys. But what about owner? Own your own building. Or own your own company. The owner of WPI started 52 years ago, went through the apprenticeship, became a journeyman, had a vision. I want to start my own business. Now WPI is the top 3 interior contractors in the nation in 52 years. That's there for you guys. So what's your vision? Where do you want to go? You want to be within the union. There's opportunities there. You want to, again, everything is out there just from getting your journeyman card. You can go across the nation to work anywhere in the nation with that journeyman card. Be very proud of yourself. It's an accomplishment that not a lot of people make. Some people start the journey, they flunk out, they quit. They don't have the desire to finish what they're doing. You guys did. Should be very, very proud of that. As a contractor, nothing is better than to have your guys go through the apprenticeship, journey out, and then work into leadership roles. When you're on a job site, you're going to have apprentices working with you now. Take it to heart to show them the way to do things right. You need to work safely. You need to have quality in your work, and you need to work productively. With those 3 things, that's how companies make money. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, is for our companies to make money, to keep us working. It's that cycle. So as you move through your career, I hope that you take some of these things that I have said to heart and to think and work and better yourselves and strive to make goals to reach those all the goals that you guys want in life. You don't have to just be a journeyman. You can make it to whatever you want. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Marty, for the words of inspiration. The sky's the limit, journeyman, and you're going to see that as you move through your career. So we're excited to see where you take this next portion of your journey. All right, next up, we have Kaiser Superintendent Jason Johnson. Come on up.
Set my stuff down, guys. Good morning. I prepared a speech. I said good morning. Hey, there we go. There we go. Let me get this thing pulled up. It's giving me a hard time now. So, I have it memorized, but just in case I drop the ball up here, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with you guys today, especially to recognize the accomplishments that all of you have made through your dedication and hard work. It's a big step into the next phase of your careers. To the brothers and sisters graduating, this is a milestone each of you and your families and loved ones should be extremely proud of. You've put in the hours, the work, the early mornings, the late nights, and the discipline it takes to learn the trade the right way. And quite frankly, that is something that says about who each of you are as an individual to get to this point. Today, I'm here because I believe in what the union represents for all of us in the trades. It represents quality, accountability, brotherhood, and it guarantees us jobs, wages, and benefits for each of us as we build this nation and build the buildings that really create communities. I do want to acknowledge something. I'm probably a new face to most of you. I am new to the union. I did come in through a sponsorship. I'm not, however, new to the trades. A little over 15 years ago, I decided I wanted to be a Facebook handyman. I don't know if any of you ever started there and were like, I can do a side job, looking for a way to make some extra money. I really found the value in doing things the right way and working hard. I started there, started my own GC business, moved into being a national superintendent in HUD housing, and now I'm currently a superintendent with Kaiser Permanente. That said, Kaiser Permanente is a signatory to this union, and we will only be hiring union carpenters, and we are going to be bringing a lot of work to this area over the next year to 5 years as we ramp up. So I'm excited to see some of you on the projects with Kaiser. So that's something that's coming down the line that I'm very excited for. This experience has taught me one thing. Projects don't succeed because they have amazing blueprints. They don't succeed because they have unlimited budgets, obviously. They succeed because of the people in the field. The ones who show up, the ones who take pride, and the ones who do the right thing even when nobody's watching or looking. And that's what separates a good project from a bad one. And that's who you guys are stepping into becoming today. You're not just learning the trade anymore. It's now your responsibility to protect it. Your name is tied to your work. It will follow you with your reputation everywhere you go in this industry as you build your careers. Whether you're on a hospital job like Kaiser, an apartment complex, or something as simple as refinishing a basement, the principles are the same. You have to do it right, you have to do it safe, and ultimately you have to stand behind your work. The best carpenters I've worked with over the last 15 years aren't just skilled with their tools. They communicate, they think ahead, they solve problems, and ultimately they hold the line on quality. That's what's going to turn a tradesman into a leader. You've earned your place today. Now it's your job to raise the standard every day. Stay sharp, stay accountable, never let quality slip, because being a union carpenter does mean something. It carries a reputation for professionalism, for skill, and for getting the job done right. Protect that. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Jason, for those words. And let everybody know we're skilled, trained, professional carpenters right here in this room. Let's me hear it. Come on. Let's go. All right, our next speaker, every one of you should know who he is, as he is the training coordinator for Western Washington. Everybody give a round of applause right now. Travis Dotson, come on up.
Good morning. Awesome. Well, hey, first off, congratulations. Some of you, we had really long conversations, right? We might miss a class. That's good. We got you here. You got you here. Okay, so congratulations. I want to talk about the people sitting behind you. Okay, so graduates, would you look behind you? Look at your family. Okay, because without them, would you be sitting where you're at? Right? That support system that got you here. Okay, the instructors, myself, we're part of that. But your family members, when you had to get up at 4:30 in the morning and you were tired, you had to go provide for them, right? You know, long conversations on the weekends. I'm struggling to find work. That support system telling you not to give up. That family back there will continue to follow you through this industry, okay? You are all family now as well. You look around, how many started with you that aren't sitting here today? okay? I can tell you about 52% of your class that was indentured when you came in did not make it where you're at. Nobody can take what you've done away from you. That determination, that grit that you did getting through this industry, this apprenticeship, carry that forward. I know you all will be leaders in the future. Thank you.
All right, everybody ready to see our graduates come up and get in through the graduation? Let's go. Let me hear it. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I'd like to bring up to the stage Vice President Ken Pitts to get the ceremony going. Come on, Ken.
Apprenticeship 17 years ago, I was in this very building, snapping lines, building, so it's kind of a full circle moment to be here. I'm very grateful. One thing I wanted to share with you, becoming a journeyman isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up when it's hard, taking pride in what you build, and doing the right thing when no one's watching. But make no mistake, this isn't the finish line. It's your foundation. The best in our trade never stop learning, and our industry is constantly evolving. So stay curious, stay humble, and always remain teachable. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. Listen to those who came before you, and one day pass that knowledge on to those who come after. Build well, build strong, and most importantly, keep building yourself. Congratulations, class of 2025. So there's some members that are graduating today that didn't show up, but we're going to show them love and applause for them. First up, Donald Pate. Simon Stevens. Yahaira Garcia. Zachary Wen. Zachary Hines. Dylan Lynch. Eduardo Ponce. Jose Del Fiero. Eric Bazzosi. Henry Amaro Santiago. Mason Dalzell. Daniel Hidalgo Castellanos. Israel Presley. Demo Sataraka. Orlando Norwood. Hayden Nyos. Evan Garcia. Marcus Dahl. Alex Malone. Jamie Miller.
Let's go, Jamie. Come on.
Jorge Velasquez Ochoa.
Let's go, Jorge.
Travis Deslongchamp. Michael Smith.
Let's go, Michael.
Delmar Young.
Let's go, Delmar.
Fernley Arguez. Jamie Coleman. Thomas Panarello. Venetia Ford. Sydney Malapad. Alex Lascano. Benjamin Loki. Emery Stolsteimer.
Thank you, fellas.
And that concludes the graduates for 2025.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. All right. Now, to the good part. We have a couple of apprentices that were valedictorians for the class of 2025. I'd like to recognize them by allowing them a couple minutes up at the stage. Everybody good with that? Yeah. Come on. First up, I'd like to recognize Thomas Panarello. Come on up.
Hi guys, how you doing? Just gotta pull up my speech real quick, 1 second. Okay. I'm proud to be standing in front of you today as we get ready to cross that bridge from apprentice to journeyman. My path here wasn't exactly straightforward. I started out in construction back in New York for my cousin, and honestly, I hated it. Long hours, getting yelled at, and it wasn't for me. So I decided to go back to school, but that ended up being a mistake. I wasn't focused, I partied a lot, got myself into trouble, and eventually got kicked out of 2 schools and even the military, believe it or not. But in between all that, something important happened. My dad connected me with a contractor who was framing a house back home, and for the first time, I found myself waking up actually looking forward to the day. That's when it clicked. Construction wasn't just a job. It was something I actually cared about. A couple of years later, I made a call out west, just looking for information about the union. Next thing I know, I packed up my Subaru and drove across the country to start over. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. I missed my family, I missed my friends, work was tough, and I got paired up with some older guys who didn't go easy on me. But something in me wouldn't let me give up. And standing here today, I'm glad I didn't. One of my biggest things I've learned is what it really means to be a journeyman. It's not just about skill, it's about character. And being a part of this union means something. It means having each other's backs, holding the line, and standing for the people next to you. I've seen journeymen speak up when something wasn't right, even when it meant risking their job. And that stuck with me. So to everyone here moving from apprentice to journeyman, stand up for what's right, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it costs you something. Because that's what this union is built on, looking out for one another and taking pride in the work we put our name on. Thank you to our instructors, our families, and everyone who helped us get here. And to my brothers and sisters, be proud of this moment. We earned it. Thank you.
Let's go. One more round of applause for Thomas. Come on. Good job, brother. Good job. All right, we have another exemplary apprentice that I'd like to bring up as a valedictorian. Come on up, Zachary Nudian. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our training center for the United Brotherhood of Carpenters. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all my family and friends, all my loved ones that showed up today to support and celebrate this moment with me. Before I get started with my speech, I would also like to take a moment to thank Travis, our apprenticeship coordinator. You know, when Travis took over for Cindy, our previous coordinator, just like all of you, whether you admit it or not, I was a little apprehensive. When we were still in Renton one day, I went into his empty office as he was emptying out boxes and trying to make it look all nice and official looking in there. I asked for a moment, and we sat and discussed our backgrounds and life experiences. We talked about my goals in the program and what it would take for me to achieve them. And after that conversation, it instilled a confidence in me that our apprenticeship was in good hands. So again, thanks, Travis, for all you've done for me and all you've done for all of us here today. Journeyman. I find it a little ironic that this is the title that we have all now been given, because it has most definitely been a journey for sure. For me, it's been a long one. My journey in carpentry didn't begin like most of yours. Mine started behind bars. I probably caught a lot of your attention with that one, but I'm not going to go into details about how I ended up there. But I want to share with you and highlight the importance of teaching and learning. I'm going to share my story of how I ended up here standing in front of you today. There was a turning point during my incarceration where the light bulb finally lit up, and I thought to myself, man, I need to learn something so I don't waste my time. So I enrolled into a degree program, and I studied for years, taking course by course as it became available just so I could graduate. I worked hard for that degree. After I graduated, I transferred to a minimum security camp where I was introduced to a program called CTAP, which stands for Construction Trades Pre-Apprenticeship Program. That program was a pivotal change in my life. Before CTAP, I didn't know how to properly swing a hammer or even how to use a drill. I was blessed to have an amazing mentor and instructor, Bruce Carley, that poured all the knowledge he had accumulated over his lifetime in carpentry and the trades, but also in life. This is where the seed of confidence was planted, trusting experience to become instruction. He spent years training me, and I dialed my brain, my eyes, and my hands to look at life through the eye of a carpenter. Every question that I had, he answered it, and he didn't know the answer. He looked it up to make sure he gave me the right one. It makes your learning experience much better when you trust the source of your teachings. Up at CTAP, different unions would send representatives to come into the correction center and basically explain what the trade was about. I evaluated each one, I listened, and I observed. I thought it was a no-brainer to choose a trade that you can build your own house from the bottom up instead of smoothing cement or fetching tools or twisting wires. I didn't want to choose the easiest trade. I wanted to choose the most rewarding one. And before I left, I made a promise to myself. No matter where life takes me and what happens after I step out of those gates, I knew one thing that was for sure and for certain. I was going to become a journeyman carpenter. I came home and immediately started working towards that goal. I applied to the apprenticeship and tested in, and thanks to all the training at CTAP, trade orientation testing was a piece of cake. Once I joined the Brotherhood, I started in concrete at the Kraken Iceplex in Northgate. You concrete guys know how the first week is on a concrete job when you're greener than the concrete. I got paired with a journeyman named Chris Webster. This is when I learned the importance of what a good journeyman is and the impact one can have on a young apprentice. Chris was and is a very good and diverse carpenter. He was told, not asked, that he would be working with me. But I'm sure he saw a big, huge new apprentice and was happy he didn't have to carry any more heavy stuff. Anyway, my first week, I was nervous, and yes, I had screamers running my job. So that added to the intensity of it all. Chris immediately took me under his wing as his apprentice, and I picked his brain and I asked questions, and he always answered and explained to make sure that I understood. I trusted the source of my teaching. In a weird way, when I was around Chris, I just knew I was in good hands, and we would get it done, and not only quickly, but correctly, because my journeyman knew what he was doing, and he has all the answers. Chris ended up leaving to go work for a finish company, and he eventually helped me switch over to interior finish from concrete. The moral of the story and the reason why I told you all of this is because now I'm Bruce. Now I'm Chris. Now I'm the journeyman that the young apprentices coming in is looking up at, searching for all the answers. Becoming a journeyman isn't an easy task. As we all know, a lot of people who start don't make it to the finish line. To me, being a journeyman carries a duty all of us now have to bear the burden. It's important that we all continue to grow and master our craft and trade. It's important that we continue to be students even after this apprenticeship, because the knowledge that we accrue isn't just for us, but for the next generation of carpenters coming in behind us. To be a good teacher, you must first be a great student. Everything I've gained, every skill, every opportunity came from this trade, this apprenticeship, and this union. So to my fellow graduates, I want to leave you with this. No matter where you come from, this trade gives you a real opportunity to build something better for yourself, for your family, and for your future. But it only works if you do. Stay hungry to learn, stay open to being uncomfortable, take pride in your work, even when nobody's watching. And remember, none of us got here alone. We all had someone show us the ropes, correct us, and push us to be better. So when your time comes, pass that knowledge on. Because one day, someone's going to be watching you the same way you once watched someone else. And what you show them will matter. And to my friends and family, no, I did not write this with ChatGPT. I wrote it myself. Thank you.
Big round of applause for Zachary. Come on, everybody, let's give it up. I say, the Carpenters Union Apprenticeship is the home of second chances, my brothers. So regardless of where your past come from, you're here today. So I want to applaud you for that. Come on. All right, as I begin to close, I'll get through my speech real quick, and then we're going to need everybody's participation afterwards. We're going to have everybody stand up, hit some chants, hit the poppers, but then I want all of the graduates to come up for a last and final picture of everybody together. Everybody good with that? So, all right, cool. Let's get it. All right. Graduates, your journey does not end here. As we stand on the threshold of new opportunities, let us carry forward the lessons we have learned. Let us continue to innovate, collaborate, and strive for excellence in all that we do. The construction industry is ever evolving, presenting us with challenges that demand not only skill, but also creativity and resilience. Embrace these challenges as opportunities to grow and make a lasting impact in our communities. I need you graduates right now to take a look at your left and your right. Everyone you see there, that's your support group. These individuals have gone through the same trials and tribulations you have. Now I need you all to look up. Go ahead, look up. That now is your floor. Sky's the limit. Do me one more favor and look down. The only time you should be looking down is to lift one of your brother and sister members up to your level. All right? Let me know if you hear me. It's time for you to create a culture where we are stronger together. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the invaluable support and guidance we've received in this journey. To your mentors, to your instructors, industry professionals who have generously shared their knowledge and experience. We are deeply grateful for your unwavering dedication to our success. And behind you, to our families and loved ones, thank you for your patience, understanding, and encouragement every step of the way. This could not have happened without your continuous support. All right, journeyman, today's your day. Go ahead and stand up. Let's give a round of applause and recognize the journeyman class of 2025. Let's go. Journeyman, stay involved, stay humble, and stay hungry. Come on. All right, we'll give it back over to Kent Pitt, man. Come on, let's get them riled up.
Families, everybody, let's stand up. Let's send these guys off. We want the neighbors to call the cops. When I say who are we say carpenters. And on the third one, pop your poppers.
Who are we?
Carpenters.
Who are we?
Carpenters.
Who are we?
Yeah, this one's for the workers who toil night and day, by hand and by brain, to earn your pay, who for centuries on past for no more than your bread, have bled for your countries.
All right, journeyman, come on up. Come get that group photo going. And then down there. Oh, yeah.
In the factories and mills, in the shipyards and mines, we've often been told to keep up with the times, for our skills are not needed in streamlined.
Everybody, please let the photographer get his picture. Everybody in the house will have access to all of these photos afterwards if you want them. So please let Steve get his picture, and then you guys can jump in afterwards.
We're the first ones to die. The